Ladies and gentlemen, we are all gathered here today to witness Mr. Henry marrying Miss Rita. Mr. Henry, are you ready to take Miss Rita as your lawful wedded wife, to be with her in good times and bad, in sickness and in health, in joy and sorrow, until death do you part? A tear fell from Henry's eye. No. Rita uncovered her face, shocked. What? Henry turned to the guests and said, I'm sorry everyone, but this wedding cannot go on. Then he walked away. No one understood what was happening. Rita fainted on the spot. Henry went back to his home, feeling extremely happy and saying to himself, I did it. I feel relieved now. This was my revenge. But how did it come to this? Let's rewind a little bit. Henry and Rita were a couple deeply in love, and for a long time they had been planning to get married. At this moment, they were at Rita's place, making preparations for their wedding. Later that day, while Rita was busy in the kitchen, Henry walked over and hugged her. They were madly in love. While they were in a romantic moment, Rita's brother Kenneth showed up. So, you really couldn't wait until after the wedding, huh? Anyway, I'm late getting home, but I brought you this. A bottle of wine. Let's enjoy it first. Later that night, Henry and Rita talked on the phone, having a romantic conversation. While they were talking, Kenneth entered the room. He had to wait until his sister finished the call. Rita was enjoying the conversation, but eventually she hung up to talk to her brother. Kenneth wanted to wish her all the best in her new life with Henry. He also said he would miss her a lot, since they were the only two left in their family. Rita responded that she would miss him too, as he was the one who had raised her since she was young and now she is about to get married. They hugged tightly. The next morning, Rita went to visit her fiancé, Henry. As she sat on the bed, Henry came up from behind and covered her mouth. It was just part of their romantic games. Later, Rita returned home and spoke with her friend Amanda. Amanda asked if any of Henry's relatives would be attending the wedding. Rita explained that Henry was on his own. Most of his family had passed away, and he never really talked about them. But his uncle would attend, along with a few friends. Amanda also asked about the best man, and Rita said he would arrive early. I bet he's handsome, Amanda joked. Who knows? Maybe I'll also be planning my own wedding soon. That night, Rita slept at Henry's place. She reached out in the night and realized he wasn't beside her. She got out of bed and found him in the kitchen preparing food. You should have just woken me up to help cook. I didn't want to disturb you. When the food was ready, they sat at the table and ate while talking. The next day, Henry's friend Leo, who was also going to be his best man, arrived. It was a happy reunion. Leo took his bag to the room. A while later, Rita walked in and found Leo there. They hugged. Leo promised Rita that on the wedding day, everything would go perfectly. He'd look great and make sure nothing went wrong. Later, Rita was searching through the closet for something. While rummaging, she stumbled upon some family photos of Henry's. She was puzzled. Henry had never told her anything about his family and always claimed he was alone. As she looked at the pictures, Henry walked in. He was furious to see Rita holding them and snatched them away. What's the problem now? Don't ever touch these photos again. Then he put them back in an envelope and returned them to the closet. Rita was confused and couldn't understand why he reacted that way. In the afternoon, Amanda came by. Leo appeared and asked, You must be Amanda, right? Yes, I am. And who are you? I'm Leo. He kissed her hand. These two were to be the maid of honor and best man at the wedding. Leo was instantly attracted to Amanda. He went to get some drinks and offered her one. They sat together, getting to know each other. Meanwhile, Rita showed up looking quite disturbed. Henry came in and tried to talk to her, but she didn't want to listen. She stood up and walked away. Amanda and Leo couldn't figure out what was going on with the couple. Later, Amanda followed Rita and tried to ask what was wrong, but Rita said nothing. That night, Rita returned home and explained everything to her sister-in-law. The next day, Henry spoke to Kenneth, Rita's brother, about the wedding plans. They decided to keep the ceremony simple. Rita didn't want anything grand. Later, Henry went to talk to Rita. Do you want us not to get married? Rita turned to him. You've been stressing me out lately. Maybe you don't love me anymore. Maybe you don't want to marry me. She went back inside. Why are you saying those things? Because you're hurting me. Your silence is hurting me the most. I'm angry with you, she admitted. You're angry over something that doesn't even matter. So why were you hiding things? I wasn't hiding anything. I just didn't want to hurt you when you saw those pictures. Listen to me, Rita. I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And I want you to be my wife. That's what matters most to me. Then it's a promise. From now on, we'll always be honest with each other. I promise I'll always tell the truth." They hugged. The wedding preparations continued, and Henry's uncle arrived. The wedding day finally came. It was a beautiful ceremony. Everyone gathered to witness Mr. Henry marry Miss Rita. Then, the groom rejected the bride on their wedding day and left. Everyone was left stunned, and they couldn't believe what was happening. At home, Henry said to himself with joy, "Now they will understand what pain feels like. My sister, I've avenged you. I did the right thing." Just then, Leo walked in. "Henry, what's the problem?" Henry didn't want to respond. He went straight to his room. Later, they tried knocking on his door, but Henry refused to open it. Meanwhile, Rita was in bed, crying her heart out. The incident had really hurt her. Her brother Kenneth felt that Henry had to pay for this. Furious, he stormed straight to Henry's place. "Where is that fool?" "Kenneth, calm down." He punched Leo, then went straight to Henry's bedroom and hit him also. Henry just laughed. "How does it feel, Kenneth? How does it feel to be hurt by your own mistakes? You're hurt deeply when your loved ones are hurt. But you are happy when you hurt the loved ones of others." Kenneth didn't want to hear another word. He simply left. Back with Rita, she kept crying. Kenneth returned from Henry's house and just hugged his little sister. Rita's situation was heartbreaking. Meanwhile, Henry was holding a photo of his family. We are shown a flashback. Henry's sister had taken her own life by overdosing on pills. The flashback ends there. But what really happened, we will see later. Back to Rita. She claims she can't live without Henry. She wants to go talk to him, but her brother stops her. It's incredibly hard for her to accept the situation. She can't believe Henry rejected her so easily. At Henry's place, his uncle came to ask what was going on, but Henry stayed silent. Henry truly loved Rita, but the desire for revenge had overwhelmed that love. He kept recalling the moments he shared with Rita. Tears streamed down his face. The next day, Kenneth returned and asked Henry why he refused to marry his sister on the wedding day. Henry said, "Do you remember Janet?" Kenneth was stunned. "She committed suicide in 2010. You're her brother?" "Yes." Now we see the full flashback. It turns out Kenneth had a romantic relationship with Henry's sister, Janet, back then, while Henry and his sister Janet were the only ones left in their family. "You got her pregnant and then abandoned her. Wait, is that what you think?" "That's what I know." It turns out Henry had seen Kenneth through the window, breaking up with Janet. Kenneth walked away, leaving her crying and begging him to come back. Later, when Henry went inside, he found that she had overdosed herself and she died. Kenneth responded, "You could have come to me, asked for the truth, and I'd have explained everything." Kenneth then told his side of the story. Janet had cheated on him with another man and gotten pregnant. When Kenneth found out, he didn't want to continue the relationship or raise a child that wasn't his. Janet couldn't handle the guilt and took her own life. It wasn't Kenneth's fault. Kenneth then told Henry, "I don't want to see you near my sister again." Then he left. For the first time, Henry understood the full story. He was devastated and couldn't believe it. Rita, meanwhile, was still crying. Kenneth returned and told her the real reason why Henry had done what he did. After learning the truth, Rita went to confront Henry. Leo also found out the truth, but he couldn't understand why Henry chose to take revenge in that way. There was no need for it. Soon after, Rita arrived and confronted Henry emotionally. "I didn't deserve that. I didn't even know your sister." Rita cried bitterly and even brought pills with her. She wanted to take her life in front of Henry, just as his sister had, so his revenge would be complete. Henry tried to stop her. Shortly afterward, Kenneth came and said some very harsh words to Henry before leaving with Rita. Leo also left, and Henry was left alone. That night, Henry called Rita several times, but she didn't answer. Back at Kenneth's house, he advised his sister to go abroad and pursue her studies, just like she had always dreamed. Rita agreed. They hugged. 2 days later, Henry went to Kenneth's place to talk. He begged for forgiveness and admitted he was the one who was wrong. Kenneth forgave him. Years later, Rita had completed her studies abroad and was shopping in a supermarket. From a distance, Henry saw her. He approached and they greeted each other. "I didn't know you were back in Nigeria. I returned a few months ago. You look beautiful. Would you like to go out for lunch?" Rita agreed. They held hands. When she got home, she shared the news with her sister-in-law, who advised her to follow her heart. One day, Henry asked Rita to come live with him and start their relationship over. Rita agreed. She got ready to go and her brother gave her his blessing. They hugged. Rita stepped outside, met Henry, got into the car, and they waved goodbye to Kenneth and his wife. And that is the end of the movie titled Once Upon a Vow. I am Avance, and this is Nollywood Recapped. If you enjoyed this recap, please like, share, and subscribe.